Today on General Hospital, Tracy wants what's hers. Lulu gets her heart broken, Joss puts Willow on blast, and Nina strikes a deal. Lulu returns home with Rocco. And Dante and Charlotte learn that he has been assigned community service. Dante goes to embrace his son, but Rocco says that until his dad can hug Joe, he won't get any from him either. Rocco eventually storms up to his room and Dante, rather than make the situation worse, heads to the station where he's soon visited by Joe. Well, they don't agree on much. They do see eye to eye on wanting the best for Rocco. They plan a family day at Lulu's, hoping it will help get them back on track. Lulu doesn't have an easier time with Lulu, who complains that she feels like a prisoner. Charlotte wants to know why her father is being punished for his crimes when others aren't. Lulu wants to help, but runs up against the fact that, as her daughter says, "You just don't know me as well as Dad does." Lulu tries to explain that she's doing her best, but the girl admits that home is with my father, trying to hide her pain. Lulu hopes that someday she'll feel like home is with her, too, once Charlotte goes upstairs. Lulu breaks down in tears. Nina shows up at Jack's office, and he asks her to help in the search for Valentine. But she's not inclined to do Jack any favors until he makes good on the one he already owes her. What does she want? For Jack to deal with some of the evidence against Willow in order to help make sure she isn't convicted. Jack says he'll help, but only if Nina agrees to cozy up to Charlotte and get the young woman to confide in her when Valentine inevitably reaches out. Learning that Drew basically stole the Quartermaine heirlooms in her absence, Tracy is furious. Brooklyn tries to explain that her dad's heart attack kinda sorta took precedence, but Tracy isn't hearing it. She calls Drew, only to have him hang up on her, a twinkle in her eye. Tracy says that Drew is about to find out exactly who he's dealing with. Summoning Martin to the mansion, Tracy orders him to have his client return everything he took. Otherwise, she'll have him charged with fraud for the whole Ronnie thing. Martin calls Drew but gets absolutely nowhere with his client, who believes the Quartermaine heirlooms are as much his as Tracy's. Joss meets Michael for dinner at the Metro Court Gardens, which is where Drew and Willow just happen to be dining as well. Seeing how uncomfortable Willow is, Drew and his wife go to Michael's table to say, in essence, "Can't we all just eat in the same restaurant?" Michael says he has no problem with them being there, but he takes issue with Willow making secret visits to the kids. It's clearly the first time Drew's heard this, but he claims otherwise once Drew and his wife leave. Michael tells Joss his big concern is that if Willow goes free, he might have to share custody. He admits that even had Drew not gotten involved, he now knows his marriage to Willow would have fallen apart on its own. And Drew makes it clear to Willow that she absolutely has to be honest with him in the future. Michael heads to the mansion, where Tracy takes him to task for not calling to tell her about Ned's health crisis. Admitting she's glad to be home, his grandmother says she's not looking forward to testifying at Willow's trial. As they're talking, someone is outside watching in the privacy of his room. Rocco sends Britt a message telling her about his having gotten community service. Joss approaches Willow's table and reads her for filth. Man, is she her mother's daughter? And at the Quartermaine house, as someone watches and presumably listens, Tracy wonders if Michael doesn't want to testify because it will be against the mother of his children, or because he'll be lying on the stand. After all, he knows that Tracy saw him at Drew's just before she found Congressman Cutthroat's bleeding out body.